Currently, if you go to a website that wants to get data from you, you have to enter data into that website, and the website stores it locally using some storage mechanism that is completely developed by this website and completely proprietary to this website.
We are in a situation which some people think is bizarre, that the main use of my data is not for me. So a lot of people who use the web store information inside the websites they visit. So they go to a social networking site and they tell them all about their friends, and it knows all about their friends, and then they go to another site, they give them all their photos, but in fact their data in a way is locked up inside these different sites. So what's wrong with this picture? Well, it's that the user hasn't got control of their data.
And from an application developer's point of view, once data is locked in to a website, you can't develop new applications against this data. You can develop a competing website, and that competing website can collect all the data from scratch from the user. But once the data is in one of these silos, there's no way of getting it out again.
There's an assumption that everybody makes. The assumption is that the internet works on that contract with the devil, if you like, that everything can only be funded by advertising, that things will always be like this. But we are creative computer scientists, we are, I suppose, social engineers, we are web scientists. We look at the world and we know it can be different.
With Crosscloud, you store your data on a personal database that you control. And then you can have applications access this data from your personal database.
So whereas now if I want to start a website to help you with your travel or to help you with your bird spotting or whatever it is, I have to start a website, and that website has to store everything about the birds and everything about your comments. So I have to run what's called the back end. I have the back end server, which is a big machine which stores all that data. And as the website grows in popularity, as more people like the app, then my back end has to get bigger and I have to make sure I'm running it as a service. But now we separated those. So the developer thinks, wait a moment, I can write an app and it just runs on all this data, which is all these storage spaces which are already out there.
It's going to be much easier to innovate in the space of web applications with a platform like Crosscloud. Some smart kid sitting somewhere is waiting for a platform that enables them to get easy access to user data under the user's control to develop their next killer app. Plus, we're going to see a lot more social features added to applications, because it now becomes much easier to have social applications.
If this thing works, it'll change the way people work with the web, it'll change the way they work with apps, it'll change the way they work with each other.
Working with CSAIL has been very useful and very beneficial to QCRI because it has enabled us to bring to bear much more expertise to look at the problem than we would have been able to do alone. Plus, it's different types of expertise, different complementary sets of expertise. These are some of the best people in the world we're working with, and having them work with us on the problem allows us to do things better and do things faster.
Really valuable to have people looking at it and working with it from different cultures. Having worked with people internationally before, I think this is working probably better than anything else I can think of, really. The people are smart and kind, and they're good to talk to. They're academically interesting and productive.
For Qatar to transition to an information economy, there has to be a culture of creating intellectual property. In order to be a producer of solutions in the information economy rather than a consumer, you have to have capacity. And you can build capacity by having concrete projects that you work on. If you look at the specific problem that is addressed by the Crosscloud project, it's a problem of data ownership, it's a problem of control, it's a problem of fostering innovation. And all of these are very important problems for a country that's trying to transition into the information economy.
At the moment, there are various things like the web and like the big social network sites are the things which are driving the information economy. What we hope this project will do is succeed, and then it will become another big driver.
So the Crosscloud project is very exciting, specifically because we're out to change the world, and in doing so we have to solve a lot of hard problems.
In a way, for going for a moonshot, this is a moonshot. It's hard. That's going to be a while. It's going to take a lot of effort. It requires all the normal things any project requires, like innovation and brilliance and coolness, and also it requires perseverance and sort of the long view.
And in terms of global impact, this can have an impact on the world similar to what the World Wide Web had in the 1990s when it first came along. So think of this as the next turn of the crank for the World Wide Web, and this is how big it can be.
I wouldn't say that the change is inevitable at all. There's so many things which can go wrong. On the other hand, when you look at the pent-up energy, the lure of an open, more collaborative, more creative world, I wonder what could actually stop us.